Good evening and welcome to Circle Sanctuary's Tarot Magic Full Moon Circle. My name is Dia. I am coming to you from Georgia and we're going to talk about Tarot. From its simple card game magic to its spiritual importance to persons across the spiritual spectrum, Tarot is here to stay. It's a collector's item for the beauty and artwork. It is a divinatory tool. It's a tool for magic. It's a vehicle for insight and transformation. I would like to help our viewers understand that Tarot is defined as a group of 78 cards, sometimes a few more or less, that is broken into two groups. The major arcana, consisting of 22 cards, numbered from 0 to 21, are often associated with major life events. And the minor arcana consists of 4 suits: cups, wands, swords, and pentacles, with 14 cards per suit, cards numbered from 1 to 10, and 4 court cards: page, knight, king, and queen. Although much of what is talked about today can be adapted to oracle decks without this strict structure, all of our offerings today focus on Tarot decks only. Now I'd like to welcome Circle Sanctuary's Senior Minister and Founder, Reverend Selena Fox.
Thank you, Dia, and welcome to everyone who's joining us live tonight. I invite you to let us know where you're viewing from in the chat. And I welcome all who will be joining us later, because we keep an archive of our full moon circles at the Circle Sanctuary website. Now, if you have a Tarot deck and you don't already have it with you, I invite you to consider getting that as we prepare to do our circle. There will be opportunities to learn about Tarot from a variety of people in the Circle Sanctuary community, and some of us will be guiding experiences which could be enriched if you have your own deck. I have a deck that I've been using for 55 years. Pretty much, I got this as my very first deck. At the time, it was called Rider Waite. Rider, the name of the publisher, and Waite, the person that helped with crafting this. But many people, myself included, will call it the Rider Waite Smith deck because Pamela Coleman Smith was among the many people that have crafted wonderful illustrations as part of crafting a Tarot deck. I invite you to let us know in the chat or in the comments if you're watching later, what is a favorite deck? And if you're going to be working with one tonight, if you could put that in the chat as well. So glad to have you all here. And whether the moon is shining bright upon you right now or not, we honor the full moon and invite you to attune and commune with the full moon as well as the power of Tarot magic. And now I invite Maren to share some announcements with us.
Thanks, Selena. Welcome, everyone, to Circle's Tarot Magic Full Moon Circle. And thank you for joining us this evening. My name is Maren, and I'm coming to you from my home here in North Central Florida, USA. We give thanks to all of you who have been celebrating Circle Sanctuary's 50th anniversary this year. And we look forward to many more joyous years of celebrations, circles, gatherings, and full moons to come. Next Wednesday, Circle will be holding a Transgender Day of Remembrance and Resilience ceremony on our YouTube channel at noon Central Time. So please join us. That's Wednesday, November 20th at noon Central Time. Then we'll start to wrap up this calendar year in December, starting on Tuesday the 3rd with our Giving Tuesday, when we'll ask for your annual donations if you haven't already given. And if you have already donated, thank you so much for supporting Circle Sanctuary. Our final monthly volunteer day for 2024 will be on Saturday, December 14th. And then the next day, we'll be broadcasting our Yuletide Joy Full Moon Circle on Sunday night, December 15th, again at 7 p.m. Central Time. On Friday night, December 20th, we'll honor the longest night virtually, and the next day we'll gather in person on Sanctuary Land to celebrate our community Yule Festival, All Hail Wassail. Please join us by registering on our website. We'll then start off the new year with our first Full Moon Circle broadcast of the year on Monday, January 13th, 2025, followed by our Midwinter Quarter Festival, Imbolc, on Saturday, February 1st. Registration will be opening early next year for our June 15 to 22 Pagan Spirit Gathering, one of America's oldest and largest nature spirituality festivals. This coming year, it will be held at a new location, the River Forest Campground in White Lake, Wisconsin. More details will be available soon at paganspiritgathering.org. Please also look for our weekly Circle Sanctuary Network podcasts on Blog Talk Radio. There's the monthly second Saturday volunteer days on Circle Land and the monthly fourth Saturday Green Faith Circle virtual gatherings. We also have over 1,000 archived broadcasts online on our YouTube Circle Sanctuary channel. For information on all of these activities, as well as how to support Circle Sanctuary with a donation or to join us as a member, please visit circlesanctuary.org. Thank you, and bright full moon blessings. Now Reverend Shar will cast our circle.
Thank you, Maren. Hello, everybody. Rev Shar Bear here, hailing to you from the central coast of California in the Monterey Bay, which is the traditional lands of the Rumsen people and the Esselen people and the Amamutsan tribal band. It's also home to many beloved endangered marine species who here are able to live safe in these waters and on these coastlines. So I'm delighted to cast our circle tonight. For me, casting a circle is a fundamental practice in many spiritual traditions, and it's revered for its power to create a sacred, safe space, shielded from external energies and aligning with our group intentions. And for me, especially when I'm doing any kind of divination work, a circle acts as a protective barrier, physically and metaphysically, a boundary, if you will, between the mundane world, the spiritual realms. And so I want to invite all of you now, wherever you are, to help visualize our circle of light as we cast it. I'm going to invite you to orient yourself to the directions wherever you are, north, east, south, west, north, and the center. And then follow along with me. Facing east, spirit of the east, energy of air, element of inspiration, we call upon you to watch over this circle. And we begin our connecting light with you, with the spark that originates with you and moves toward the south. Spirit of the south, energy of fire, element of purification and change, we call upon you to watch over this circle. And we continue our connecting light with you from the point of light in the south and moving toward the west. Spirit of the west, energy of water, element of our emotions, we call upon you to watch over this circle. And we continue our connecting light with you from the point of light in the west and moving toward the north. Spirit of the north, energy of Terra, earth, element of balance, we call upon you to watch over this circle. And we continue our connecting light with you from the point of light in the north and moving back again toward the east. Spirit of the center, energy of the metaphysical realms, element of intuition and magic, we call upon you to watch over this circle. We complete our connecting light with you, pulling the point of light from the east and moving it above and below in the center. I invite you to visualize this boundary of protective light encircling you in every direction and then also extending above and below to form a protective sphere, 360 degrees of shielded, sacred space. The circle is now cast and ready to receive our group intention.
And let us now join in calling into our circle Tarot. Tarot is an oracle, and it may take different graphic forms, but it is a way to connect with the divine. I invite you, if you have a deck, to hold it between your hands and imagine the beauty of the full moon shining bright, flowing down upon you, flowing into your cards, flowing into our sacred circle. We bless our tarot cards with this moonlight. We honor tarot. We call upon the magic, wisdom, guidance of tarot as oracle. Tarot, we call to you. Tarot, we honor you. Tarot, be with us. Tarot, guide us. Tarot, bless us now and throughout this rite. So mote it be. And now I invite Richard to kindle the moon fire.
Thank you, Selena. I'm Richard. I'm based in Madison, Wisconsin. This moon cycle, we celebrate tarot magic. Tarot is one way to divine. Me being a fire person, I use fire for divination and meditation. Either way, we look forward to finding out what tarot has to offer. I light this ecologically friendly recycled beeswax candle to represent the bonfires we pagans light at the center of our ritual circles. I celebrate fire in all of its forms, from a small candle to a large bonfire. So mote it be. Up next is Dia to have us all kindle our individual candles.
As you kindle your individual candles, I was thinking about the celebration of Circle Sanctuary's 50th anniversary, where a grand ball was held and joy was all around. These candles represent a few of the lights that keep Circle Sanctuary shining. As you view these hardworking volunteers, please consider volunteering yourself. If the view from the sideline is pretty, the view from here is pretty spectacular. Now we're going to go ahead and talk about picking a tarot deck. There are many ways to pick a tarot deck, but I wanted to talk first about the fact that the tarot is a set of symbols. I have right here the Thoth Tarot, which is Aleister Crowley's, and you can see the cards itself has all kinds of symbols on the front and back. So symbol sets become important when you pick tarot decks. If you pick a deck like the Mythic Tarot, which is based off of the Greek gods and goddesses, if that's something you're familiar with, it makes reading the deck even easier. I have here an inner child card fairy tale tarot deck. That's right, it's based off of things like Little Red Riding Hood. And all of the cards feature different known fairy tale stories. Here you can see a man in green, Robinhood right here. So this is another way looking for things that you relate to. And some of the things that some people have related to recently is this deck, The Nightmare Before Christmas, which all of the cards are based upon characters of that same genre. And then I just found this one for all you nerds. It's the Marvel Tarot deck based on all of the Marvel universe. Now, my tarot deck is one that I enjoy because it is nothing but symbols, a collage of symbols. This deck, unfortunately, is out of print. This is the Voyager Tarot. It was in print for a very, very long time. And I picked this deck because I came into a metaphysical shop and I saw the deck from across the room and went, I want that deck. And it called to me. And I think that's one of the things that we leave out sometimes when we talk about picking a tarot deck. You should find the ones that call to you. Since then, I have picked up this beautiful tarot deck that's all gilded and done in 1920s Art Deco style, which I happen to love just as an artist from an artist perspective. So don't be afraid to find the deck that speaks to you, whether it's based on mythology you understand or whether it's based off of a story you can understand. Now we're going to turn to Reverend Selena, who's going to talk to us about, what are you talking to us about, Reverend Selena? Shadow card interpretation.
Yeah. So for those who are new to Tarot, one of the techniques that have helped people learn more about that is pulling a card and focusing on that card. And what I propose, whether you're new or you've been reading cards and working with cards for a long time, I invite you to work with your deck right now and shuffle it and have in your mind guidance for this night. And as you focus on shuffling your cards, you let the inner guidance, your connection with the tarot, to lead you to keep shuffling until you get the sense that the right card for you right now is on top. So I invite you to do that for a few moments. And as you are doing that, you might find it helpful. Guidance for tonight come. And once you have a sense that you have the card that's right for you right now, I invite you to turn that top card over and take a look at it. And what comes to mind as you look at that? You'll most likely see images. You might even see the name of the card there. But as you look at it, what's your first impression? What is that saying for you at this moment? I find it helpful to spend a few moments memorizing it, and I like to have a journal where I note down some of my readings and perspectives. So that can be a really wonderful spiritual practice, but there is another piece to it. So I invite you to look at that turned over card at the top of your deck, and now to turn the deck over and look at what's underneath. This is what I call the shadow card. And I have found it really helpful to not only focus on getting guidance for the day, but when I have had that experience, to get some extra input by looking at something that may be hidden that you can weave into the guidance that you've gotten, something that perhaps you haven't expected. So I often will work with what I call the shadow card, the card that you really aren't focused on having happen, but that can show up in a reading. And that's one of the techniques that I've used in terms of a daily meditation and divination practice. I now invite Dia, Reverend Dia, to share with us some tarot layout.
Welcome back. So this is Reverend Dia. I'm going to talk to you about some basic tarot layouts, and there are a couple that are pretty standard. One is the Celtic cross, and it starts here in the center. Some people will put, this is the person that you're reading for, or yourself if you're reading for yourself. This is the card often that's called the cross, or the thing that defines the problem that you might be seeking answers for. Then you have the past, the present, and the future, and the resolution. Now, this actual Celtic cross spread can go even further. Here's an example, and this actually comes from one of the tarot decks that I was utilizing as examples earlier today. So here you can see that the Celtic cross is set out that way. Another common thing that people do is a 3-card spread where you have the past, the present, and the future of any given issue. But sometimes people have a hard time knowing how many cards should I pull? Should I just pull one today? Should I pull more than one? And this is where a 20-sided dice might come in handy. You roll the dice says 3, and you pull 3 cards. But some people also have a hard time remembering what they want the card to stand for. This is where a little Post-it note goes a long way. So here I have a spouse, the potential for a pet, and the outcome. And then I would just lay my cards right on top, and then I won't forget what it is. Now you can buy some different decks that act as this. These are layout decks is what you're looking for. And they help you do the same thing. So here would be future, a weakness, and what to let go. And then you would put these on top and relate it to that thing. So there are lots of ways to go about doing a layout. What I suggest to you is to not limit yourself. Imagine what's going to work for you and let that go. And the last tarot, since it's toward the end of the year that I wanted to show you, one of the layouts that I do, I call it the clock or the year, and I'll start up here with January, and I'll do February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. And now I have my whole year, and I can start pulling these cards over to see what is going to represent for January. And because I've gone in a clockwise motion, I'm not going to forget which month it is, right? And I would write these down, as Selena suggested earlier, writing down the answer, and then look back on these at the month of January or February, whatever month it is, and see what card was good for you. We're now going to move forward with Reverend Selena, who's going to help us do some planetary healing with the World card.
I believe we're going to have Laura next for her tarot magic and ritual, and then we'll have Selena. Thank
I'm
you.
so sorry.
That's okay.
Hello, everybody. Laura Gonzalez here. Piali Masawali, Nanantokalaru Gonzalez. My name is Laura Gonzalez. I'm coming to you from the land of the Potawatomi, the Menominee, and the Miami, known as Chicago, originally from Mexico City, one of those Aztec people. We are still here. And I want to show you some magic. Let me see, making sure that we all can see this. And I think we can. So if you are out and about and you want to celebrate, say, a full moon, or want to do some elemental work, or want to call on the energy of the elements, well, it's very easy to do all that with your tarot cards. And what we're going to do is we're going to start pulling the aces. So we have the Ace of Swords, for air. Air happens to be right here on my left, so I'm putting it on the right position. Then you have wands for the fire, that will be on the south. And then cups for water to the west, and earth, pentacles for earth on the north end. And if all you want to do is elemental work, this is what you lay out. But if you want to do a full-blown ritual, and you believe that the sun and the moon are the physical manifestations of the divine as celestial bodies, you lay them out here. Or if you believe that the world itself, the planet Earth, is the physical manifestation of the divine, then you set it at the center. Some folks believe that the divine is represented by God and Goddess, and I like to use those of the Empress and the Emperor to represent them. The combinations are infinite. Now, say you are doing actual work for yourself. Well, if you are a masculine presenting person, if you're a man, you can put yourself down on the ritual as any of the kings. Let's go with the King of Wands for now. Right? So you have air, fire, water, earth, the divine as the moon, as the sun, and yourself as the queen, as the king. But if you are female presenting, if you're a woman, then you might want to be the queen. And a little known fact is that the cards of the pages are often related to non-binary people because they are asexual. They don't have visual, sexual, gender, supposedly, traits. And they're very, very good for non-binary people. So if you're a non-binary person, or if you want to work on your non-binary self, then you represent yourself right there. The other things that you can do is you can do spell work once you have your little altar set up. And we could probably be talking about collective consciousness of humanity, which is a little skewed at the moment. And maybe put it together, I don't know, with the star so we can find hope and freedom and liberation. Let's have them face each other. And then why don't we slap justice gently on top of it? So you can do this kind of spell for yourself. And it could be as easy as just visualizing it on the cards, or like I did, right? Slap one card on top of the other. Or say you are working on your business and you want to attract clients that have a lot of power to share their wealth with you. And if you want to put a little hump into this little spell work, put the Empress on top of it, because she's the mistress of matter and money and wealth and abundance. So the possibilities are infinite once you become a little familiarized with the meaning of the cards. But if you don't feel very confident at this moment and you're very new to it, just do, excuse me, let me put this guys away. You can start with the elements: earth, fire, and water. And obviously the tarot itself, hi, I'm back. Tarot itself is a very powerful tool. I appreciate Selena talking about the shadow work. I didn't know that little trick. I'm going to add it to my tool belt. And remember that, at least in my opinion, this is how I learned tarot. Tarot is never going to tell you anything that you don't know. Tarot helps you bring information from your subconscious mind into your conscious self, and it helps you navigate life. And the most important thing, and I want to close with this, is you are the one that makes your future. So utilize the tool for what it is, a tool to aid you into validating, confirming, or framing things that could be lost and loose around you. And tarot helps you ground it. Thank you all for watching. And either you watch now or later, you are loved. And next, I don't know what's next. Oh, Selena, of course, Selena is next. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Reverend Laura. And it's so wonderful to have you be able to share some of your approaches to working with the cards. And thank you, too, for doing pop-up live streams on Instagram. And one of the things that I'd like to invite all who are tuning in to tonight is to pull out your world card from your deck. Now, as I hold up one form of the world card, and this is from the Rider-Waite Smith deck, you will see a circle, actually very oval-like, a wreath, and you see in the corners the fixed signs of astrological signs, representing the earth, air, fire, and water. And in the very center of this card, you see a goddess form who not only has one crystal wand, but two. Now, why do I invite you to work with this card? Well, I invite you to consider working with this card as a way of sending healing and well-being to planet Earth. To consider that those four symbols in the corners, if you have a card that's similar to that, to represent the elements, the rocks, the soil, the sand, the mountains, the deserts, earth, the air, wind, the fire, not only lightning and electricity, but candle flames and bonfires, and water, not only the water of the oceans, but the water of fresh water sources and the in-between. In the center, let us focus on that image being Gaia, Mother Earth, or a manifestation of the Earth Spirit. Now, you may have a deck that has quite different imagery work. I invite you in the next few moments of quiet as you focus on this card, the world, to not only recognize it as the culmination of the journey through the major arcana, completion, but to actually see this as a way of connecting with the world that is planet Earth, our home. As we focus on this, let us, each in our own way, have a prayer for planet Earth, for healing and well-being, for not only the physical dimension of the planet, but the biosphere of the creatures and the plants and the ecosystems all around the world. Yes, we have a time of climate change, and humankind can get busy and start helping to fix our messes. And as we focus on this world card, I invite you to join me in a chant. Healing and wellness to planet Earth. 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 So mote it be. So that's one way to do planetary healing. And what I'd like to share with you now is an additional way of working with tarot. And you might call this a tarot meditation. You can use the card, the world, if you wish, that you just located, or that card that showed up either as the guidance for tonight or the shadow card. Or if you don't have a deck, I invite you to take a look at the card that I'm going to hold up, which is the Empress. And as Laura said, some will work with this as a form of the Great Mother, the Great Goddess. And as you look at this image, I invite you not only to look at it as a two-dimensional piece of artwork, but to consider it as a portal, as something that's three-dimensional. Hold your card before you, or if you don't have a card, you can use this one. Imagine yourself right now going into the card, being physically, energetically imagining you are in the card. You are encountering whatever being and symbols are on the card you selected. And in the next few moments of quiet, I invite you to close your eyes and imagine yourself in that world. And if you need a refresher, to open your eyes and look at the card again. And keep doing that as you imagine yourself entering the world of the card. And in that meditative frame, I invite you to interact with one of the symbols or beings in the card and invite that to bring you a word or a phrase that is guidance for you. And in the next few moments, let that guidance come to you. Silently repeat it to yourself so you can help remember it. And then give thanks to the symbol, to the being within the card for bringing this guidance to you. And as you feel complete with that, I invite you to experience yourself returning from that journey, being in the here and now. And in the next few moments, as I play this singing bowl, reflect on your experience. And if you wish, note it down. We give thanks. We give thanks. We give thanks. And now I invite Nancy to guide us in a healing meditation.
Hello, everyone. And thank you for sharing community with me in this crazy time. We are often asked to send healing to people who are physically present and those far away. So now I would like to share how I approach this with a healing meditation. I invite you to be comfortable and relaxed in your chair and close your eyes. Become aware of your body and your breathing, and let your body be calm and relaxed. Now, feel the presence of the elements we have called, the strength of the earth and the warmth of the sun, and feel the energy of golden light begin to shimmer around you. Feel it as it touches your skin, and let it sink into you, seeking all the places where the body has been tense, has been unwell, has been asking for help. Feel those places warming as the golden light sinks in and encourages blood flow, encourages the body's own healing to repair and release what is holding it back from being its best. Breathe in, breathe out. Let the golden light seek those places within you. The light moves through you completely, surrounding you and cradling you in warm, healing relaxation. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in with healthy pink lungs. Breathe out with finely tuned muscles working together to make breath and heart and mind one in concert with each other. Breathe in, breathe out. Feel the warmth of the light soaking into those places that need it, soaking through all of the cells of your body, working in harmony together for good health. Breathe in and breathe out. As you are relaxed, and when you are ready, thank the light for its work and open your eyes. Realize that this meditation is also useful for those who are far away, sinking into the places where someone is hurting and bringing warmth and repair. Breathe in and breathe out. And welcome back. One more reason to recall this meditation is during the coming holiday time, Thanksgiving and beyond, when we might have to deal with negative emotions and squabbles between friends and neighbors. At those times, you can excuse yourself, go somewhere private, and recall this golden light. But this time, hold it around you, a shield between you and the negativity. Let the light be so bright that it makes it hard for anything you find offensive to even be heard, much less penetrate your shield. And know that this is available to you whenever you need it, for yourself and for others. Blessed be, and thank you for allowing me to be here at this full moon time.
Thank you, Nancy. That was lovely. So good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us for this Tarot Magic Full Moon Circle. I'm Reverend Judith, and I'm joining you from Chicago, Illinois. I haven't dabbled in reading the tarot very much before, preferring to leave it to those with so much more knowledge than I have. And I've been blessed to receive some very important and spot-on readings from our very own Reverend Laura Gonzalez. Thank you, Laura. In preparing for tonight's Full Moon Circle, however, I started to pull an astrology tarot spread each day for the last week, and I've really learned something about myself and my path, especially as we have been going through this challenging time of transition. And so I've written this poem for tonight's gathering. The tarot cards tell a story of where we are each day. Ask them your question and see what they say. Will it be good, or shall we delay? Watch and wait for another way? I ask my guides to lead the way, to show me the cards I need to know, which they always do each time, and this is how I learn and grow. The more we practice, the better we become at using our intuition to see what is yet to come. One will be a queen today and a servant on the next. One will be king of the land, then off to swab the decks. We ask because life is a question. We want to know what is right. We ask to calm our fears so that we can sleep at night. Beware, however, what you ask. The cards can surely take you to task. Be strong and true and live your life well, so that in the end, it's a good story to tell. Puzzling as the cards may seem, their messages will give you a clue as to how your words and deeds are best used if they will always ring true. The Fool begins and the world ever spins anew. From ace to king, let the cards sing to you. The sum of the spread will eventually show that destiny is unfolding. That's what we surely know. A new world is dawning, though now it's hard to see. We must trust that love is the highest calling. Blessed it is, and so it will be. Shar, would you now please release our circle?
Thank you, everyone. I want to thank all of our presenters and teachers for just incredible content that has filled our sacred sphere, our sacred space. And so now I'm going to invite all of us again to envision our sphere of light that has formed our protective sacred space here as we now release the energies and the elements in each direction. So again, orient yourself to your directions. In the center, to the spiritual realms. We release the light extending above and below. We release the light energy of spirit, but we hold on to the elements of intuition and magic as we go forth. Thank you for protecting our circle. Moving to the north, spirit of Terra Earth, we release the thread of light extending through the direction of north. We release this light energy, but hold on to the element of balance as we go forth. Thank you for protecting our circle. And moving to water. Spirit of water, we release the thread of light extending through the direction of west. We release this light energy, but hold on to the element of emotions as part of our practice. Thank you for protecting our circle. Moving to the south, spirit of fire, We release the thread of light extending through the direction of south. We release this light energy, but hold on to the element of purification as we change and adapt. Thank you for protecting our circle. And moving around to the east, we say, Spirit of the air, we release the thread of light extending through the direction of east. We release this light energy, but hold on to the element of inspiration, inspire, as we go forth. Thank you for protecting our circle. I invite you to visualize the dissipation of light energy that has held us and protected us. The circle of light is released, open but unbroken. And may the insights you have received from this sacred space serve you well. So mote it be.
And as we hold our candles up, let us give thanks for our connections with each other. Let us give thanks to the sacred moon. It's a super moon tonight. Let us give thanks for Tarot. Let us give thanks for interconnections. Many blessings now and in times to come. We give thanks, we give thanks, we give thanks. And now I invite Judith to share some more words with us.
Thank you, Selena. Tonight, we've shared tarot with you magically in hopes that you will find it for yourself naturally. Use this divination tool with great care so that all will be well and helped with the knowledge you share. Thank you for joining us for this full moon circle. We give thanks to all of the wonderful Circle Sanctuary volunteers who have joined us tonight. Dia, Chris, Marin, Shar, Richard, Laura, Nancy, and Steve, thank you all so much. And of course, Circle Sanctuary's founder and senior minister, Selena Fox. Thank you all. Please visit our website where we have a wealth of nature spirituality information and where you can find out more about a wide variety of circle events and free weekly broadcasts on Blog Talk Radio to be found under CSNP, Circle Sanctuary Network podcasts. We also have over 1,000 broadcasts archived on our Circle Sanctuary YouTube channel. And you can follow us on Facebook and Instagram. If you'd like to be a presenter on one of our monthly Full Moon Circle broadcasts, please email circle@circlesanctuary.org and put Full Moon Circle in the subject line. We'd love to have you join us. Next month, we'll have our usual second Saturday Volunteer Day on the Land on December 14th. And that day, we will also honor the veterans that are interred at Circles Green Cemetery, joining others in laying wreaths all across America. We'll then have a Yuletide Joy Full Moon Circle broadcast live again on YouTube next on Sunday, December 15th at 7 p.m. Central Time. And please join us for our longest night broadcast on Friday night, December 20th, as well as our Yule Festival the next day on December 21st for our All Hell Wassail celebration. If you will be joining us, please register on our website. Information about all of our upcoming 2025 events and gatherings is also on our website, at least the dates. We'll put in more information as the year goes on. And please consider joining the Circle community by becoming a member or with your donation today. Please like this video and hit the subscribe button so that you will always be alerted to Circle's new content and stay informed about all of our pagan events. Wishing you bright full moon blessings, and may you all have a bountiful Thanksgiving. So mote it be.